Hey everyone, Stephanie here with Arizona Advanced Electrology Training, and I'm coming back to you guys today to talk about phalloplasty preparation for our transgender patients. Now, first, I want to thank you guys for being so patient the last couple of weeks. It has been crazy behind the treatment table, and I haven't been able to get on here and record for you. The longer videos, they take more time and they take editing and all that kind of stuff, and it's difficult to get that done for you guys. So thank you. Thank you so much for being patient during this, because I want to make sure that you guys understand that I see that this is helpful and I see that you guys like him, but I want to make sure that you guys understand that sometimes the treatment hairs take precedence over these videos. Now, as we dive into this short bit of this conversation, because there really isn't much more to perfect from our last conversation, I want you guys to know that I do have this as a full lesson where it's about 2 to 3 hours in length. You can do live lessons with me if you want to do your Q&A. You can do pre-recorded lessons. The pre-recorded lesson is done. And at any point, if you're really wanting to dive into this and help your patients, the lesson is there. Okay, so all you have to do is go down to the comment section here. You'll see on the info part, the email address to get yourself signed up for this. Diving into this little niche part of it is really just the importance of medical graphs. It is incredibly important for us to know exactly where your patient, not a generalized like patient, okay, but that individual patient's surgical map is. Okay, so one of the big things that we're facing as a community of electrologists, and this is patients so that you understand, we are facing the difficulty that surgeons are asking for an area to be cleared and asking for us to give us our stamp of approval saying that you're ready for surgery without necessarily saying exactly what they want done. Okay, they're giving you a general and we need exact. There are great surgeons out there that have maps, and those are the ones that like we thrive off of because it tells us exactly where your surgical success point will be. But going a step further, technicians, electrologists and laser technicians alike, and patients, we need to get better about this communication point because we want to give you that clean stamp of approval so that your electrologist knows that she's done all they can do to get you cleared, right? And I would like to go one step further and say that it is our goal to see this across the board be a better talking point for all electrologists and surgeons to be able to have a kind of a melting pot of information going into the future of this, because if we have a centralized place for us to talk about this, it will give us better results down the road. It's not there yet, but I definitely know that it's in, like, electrologists are talking about it, like where can we find this one space, because you guys all know that going on the internet and saying, hey, Google, you know, and then trying to find what you need to find, there's a bazillion different websites and they're not always the best information. So let's talk about the tool that I use within my own treatment room when I have someone that is unaware of what that map is going to be. So I use a sewing measuring tape. The reason I use a sewing measuring tape is because at the end of the day, I like to make sure that I am getting the same measurements every time for a patient. If a patient thinks that they need a certain zone cleared and they've come to me first, what I will do is, if they have no map, no idea of the area that we're working, we will measure out using the tape, using a marker, and we will mark off the areas that I feel are hypercritical regarding their electrolysis clearing, and then we'll go a step further from there. If you have no idea where you need to have cleared, both electrologist and patient, my one big thing to recommend first is focusing on 2 zones, which is the forearm and the thigh. At every time they come in, focus on those 2 zones. If you don't know where the surgeon is going to be taking from, if you haven't made up your decision, whether you're having ALT or whether you're having radioform, make sure that you're treating both. Because the problem is if we don't know, it's better to go for the whole entire thing than it is to pick an area and then 6 months down the road realize you needed to go to the other area. And now we're 6 months further away from our goal because we haven't cleared one of those zones. So I say that if you don't know at all, pick one of each. Okay, so go with your non-dominant hand and your leg. Okay, and that's just because we don't know where we're going, so it's better to go for that full picture and clear out as much as possible. If you can, and this is one step further, if you have access to having a laser or laser technology near you, this makes that part of the process go a little bit faster if you are a candidate, because what will end up happening is you're able to do that bulk amount of area, and then we can clean up with electrolysis 6 months down the road when you figure out which area you're going to go going after. But those are those little caveat pieces that we need to figure out to make sure that we are on the same page. If you have it selected, take one of these measuring tapes and go into your surgeon's office with the measuring tape and have them map it out so you can hold it on the area that they're going to be working on you, and have them draw every last little piece of it for you to bring to your electrologist, bring to your laser technician. The reason I'm saying for you is everyone's forearm size is different. Everyone's leg size is different. What a surgeon asks for is different. So if we can put it on your body with a drawn out picture with a measurement scale next to it, measurement scale next to it, then we can take that back into our treatment rooms and go, okay, the surgeon asked from this area to this area. It was measured 8 inches in length and 5 inches across. Okay. Then we now know that at the end of the day, that is what they're asking of your body during your procedure. And that means that we are hyper-focused. What does this do for the patient in regards to and the technician? Well, one, for the patient, this will save you a lot of time and money. Okay. Because if we're going after everything, that's going to require more time and more funds, right? Because that's what's happening there. It also means you're going through a little bit more pain. If you don't know what you're doing, we're going after multiple areas, and that's more uncomfortable. But on the flip side, for the technician, what this does for you is it gives you consistency so that you can refer back to the photo that was drawn out for you. And then you can refer back to your initial progress photos for that patient so they can see the progress happening and be able to reference those, once every 4 months to go through their pictures and say, okay, this is where we started. This is where we're at. This is where we are. This is where we're going. Okay. And those little things will help give those peace of mind moments for you and your patient. Because one of the hardest things that we're facing as a community as electrologists is that surgeons are asking for that clean stamp saying, oh, your electrologist says you're ready. And without all of these things lined up, we can't really say that you are. So I would most definitely say that those are our little pieces, our little caveats that we're trying to create consistency for your treatment plan. So that is it for today. I do want to drop in a little bit further here. So we are allied health professionals when it comes to your transition journey. And if you in any way need guidance in getting these things done, most cases, your electrologists tend to have better communication with their other professionals in the community. And we can get some of those questions answered a little bit quicker. Okay, so if you need help, never hesitate to ask, because this is what we're doing. This is what we do every day, day in, day out, is make sure that you're getting best care, because that's what we want. That's what our goal is. The other thing about this is I really feel as though this needs to come from transgender creators as much as possible, because it's your voice we want to lift up. So yes, I teach this. Yes, I do this. And yes, I've been around the community my entire life, but I want to see it come from the community itself in many cases. So if you are a transgender creator and you need to get your voice out there, or you want to make sure that something is being heard, taken care of, or covered, please do not hesitate to either ask me to cover it, okay? Because there might be something I'm overlooking. And this is not necessarily my surgical journey from me perspective. This is your surgical journey, and I'm just helping usher you through it. So if you need something, if you want to see something covered and talked about, by all means, email me. Okay. The other side of this is I want to make sure that your voices are being lifted up, because people need to see that this is a valid medical concern, that you are trying to make sure that you're not going to have problems down the road. And it comes best from the source. So if you would like to have yourself either here on the channel, you would like me to lift up your pages, let me know, because I am all down for it. This is what we need to do as a community. So I hope that you guys have a great day. I hope that you have questions that have been answered. And if you guys have more questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. Links are below. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So peace, love, and hair removal. Have a great day. And I'll see you guys next time on Arizona Advanced Electrology Training, hair removal conversations with a hair removal expert. So bye, guys. Oh, you are still here. That means that you haven't done the most important part about this video. Make sure to like the video, comment below, and hit subscribe so you can catch up on next week's video, just in case you miss the announcement. Talk to you guys soon.